welcome to my channel, and this is Crystal, and what I do here, I solve technical drawing problems. And now we want to solve this particular problem on isometric projection. And these views are given in first angle orthographic projection. This is the front elevation and this is the plan. So what you want to do is that we want to produce its isometric view. And looking at dimensions that we are given here, I'm not going to use these dimensions. I'm going to divide each of them by 2. That means I'm drawing half size of these given view or given dimensions. So the length from here to here is 150, and from here to here is 110. The thickness of this rectangle is 25, and then we have the distance from here to here is 100, and from here to here is 110, from here to here is 25, and from here to here is 25. So we are going to make use of these dimensions to produce the isometric view of this particular object whose orthographic views are given. And do not forget that I said that I'm going to divide each dimension by 2. That means I'm drawing half size of the given dimensions. So let's start, but very important, we need to take note of the lowest point, as we are given here that this is the lowest point A. So what I'm going to do first is to produce this L shape. So when I produce it, then you can go ahead and produce the other part of this object. So let's start. So the first thing that we need to do is to draw a horizontal line here. So we have this horizontal line. Then we take our 30-degree set square. So we draw a line in this direction. So draw a line in this direction, and then I'm going to draw a vertical line at this point. I will draw a vertical line at this point here like this. So now this is the lowest point A. So as we are given in the views, so this is the lowest point A here. Okay. So this is the lowest point A, as you can see here. So the next thing I'm going to do is that instead of 150, I will take 75. That means I divide 150 by 2. As I said, we are drawing half size. So this is 75 millimeters. And instead of 25, I will take 12.5. But instead of that 12.5, which I may not... okay, let me take 12.5. I think I should be able to get this is 12.5. Between 12 and 13. So now at this point I'm going to draw a vertical line at this point. So we draw a vertical line at this point here. Then here we draw we draw a line with the 30-degree set square in this direction. Okay, so then so we also have the thickness on this part to be 12.5. The thickness on this part is also 12.5. So I will also take 12.5 here. Instead of 25, I will take 12.5. As I said, we are drawing half size. So this is 11, 12, this is 12.5 here. So at this point, I'm going to draw a vertical line. So at this point, I will draw a vertical line at this point. Okay, so it goes up like this. And do not forget that the height is 110 millimeters. So instead of 110, I will take 55 millimeters. So if I take 55 millimeters here now, 55 millimeters. Okay. So from this point, we take 55 millimeters up. So this is 55 millimeters here. So with set square, so we draw this line. We draw this line in this direction. So we draw this line in this direction. So now, so the next thing that we are going to do, we have produced the L shape, as you can see here in the front elevation. So this L shape, we have produced this, and then we have the lowest point at this point, so which is this point that we have here. So the next thing to do is to produce the other part. So that is the shape that we see in the plan. Okay, so we need to produce that. So what we need to do is that with our set square at this point, so we draw a line in this direction. So we draw a line in this direction, and at this point we draw a line in this direction. So coming to this point here, so we draw a line in this direction, and coming up here we also draw a line in this direction. So we draw a line in this direction, and then here also we draw a line in this direction. So Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do is to take the total length. As you can see, that total length on this side is 110 millimeters. So half of 110 is 55 millimeters. So we take a measurement of 55 millimeters. This is 55 millimeters here. Then with our set square, so we transfer this point. So we take it up here. Then we turn this like this. So we draw in this direction. Okay, then we take this up. Okay, so we draw a vertical line here. Then we turn it like this. Okay, then we draw a line in this direction. Okay, so we have completed that base. The only thing that we have left, let me show you what we have done. So we have drawn this rectangle here that we see here in the plan. This is the rectangle. Then we have drawn this base, so which is also a rectangle, that is this part. So then next thing that we need to draw is this rectangle, which is part of this particular triangle here. So when we are looking at this triangle from the up down, okay, so the shape, the part that we have here is a web. So it's going to give us a rectangle in the plan. So while in the front elevation, it gives us a right angle triangle. So that's what we want to do now. So as we know that the thickness is 25, so we are dividing 25 by 2, that is 12.5. But I'm not going to take it as 12.5. I will take it as I will take it as 12 millimeters, because that may be somehow. So if I have to divide 12.5 by 2, it may be somehow hard or difficult. So, but do not forget that the distance from this point to this point is 50 millimeters. So we need to do that first. So that means from this point here, from here, so from this point, I will take 50 millimeters forward. 50 millimeters from here. This is 50 millimeters. So I'm going to transfer this line. So at this point, I will draw it here. Okay. So then I'm going to get the midpoint of this 55 millimeters by 2. So that will give us so 55 by 2, that give us 27.5. So that's 27.5. So this is 26, 27. So this is the midpoint. Okay. So I will now take 6 millimeters down and 6 millimeters up, 6 millimeters here, and then I will also take 6 millimeters to this side. Okay, so that's how we are going to do it. I also need to do the same thing here, dividing this 55 by 2. 55 by 2, that is 27.5. So 27, so this is 27.5. Then I'm going to take 6 millimeters, 6 millimeters to this side. Okay, and I'll take 6 millimeters to this side. Alright, so we have this. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to join this point and this point together. This is it. So this type of line is called non-isometric line on an isometric object. We call it non-isometric line, and I'll also join this together. Okay. So do not forget what I said. This type of line on an isometric object is called an isometric line because it is not drawn with 30 degrees set square. So we just drew it straight with the use of a ruler. So then at this point, so we set our set square at this point, then we draw a vertical line to meet this line. Then we are going to transfer this forward to connect it with this point. So this is it. It goes with it directly. So this is it. Okay, so we have completed the object. As you can see here, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause the video and then I will bring out the visible outlines of the object. When I'm done, you will see how the object should look. Alright, so this is how the object should look. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you need to do is to practice. Thank you and God bless you.